In a different video, I talk about the importance of the due diligence period in the state of Georgia, but I don't get into the details of what you should actually do during that due diligence period. That's what we'll talk about next. Hi, I'm Kelly Vandever. I'm a real estate agent in the Atlanta, Georgia area with Keller Williams, North Atlanta. So, what should you do during the due diligence period? This is the period where you want to check out every aspect of the house and of the neighborhood to make sure that this house is the right house for you. So, first step, hire a home inspector. A home inspector is somebody that's going to look through the house and see if there's anything major or minor that might need to be addressed. Then you, as the person purchasing the home, can make an informed decision about what you're getting into and whether or not you want to ask the seller to make some updates or some changes to the house in order to account for the things that the home inspector may have found. When I'm working with clients, I recommend that we attend that home inspection, usually towards the end of it, so that the home inspector can give us a rundown of the things that he or she found. That way, the client is hearing firsthand from the home inspector what potential issues are there, and then they can make an informed decision on whether or not they want to have that addressed by the person selling the home. Additionally, the home inspectors I work with will also point out important things for homeowners to know, like where the water cutoff is, where the gas cutoff is, where the electrical panel is, etc., etc. Whether you're able to attend the home inspection yourself or you're relying on the home inspector's report afterwards, it's really important to work with your real estate agent to find out what recommendations he or she may have about negotiating power that you have, particularly in today's market. If there's anything significant that the seller would need to fix, regardless of who the buyer is, then you have a little more leverage to ask for those things to be fixed or updated as appropriate. And if the seller isn't willing to address those items, then you have to ask yourself, is this a deal breaker? Is this enough to make me want to walk away from the home? For the minor things, you might just make a note of those things and decide to address those issues after you've moved into the home. If you don't have a buddy who's a home inspector, ask your real estate agent. They can recommend somebody. Another thing to note is that home inspectors aren't experts in everything. In fact, some of them will make recommendations to have other professionals come in to take a look if any of the systems have potential issues. For instance, they might recommend that an HVAC tech come out and take a look at the air conditioner heating unit, or an expert in pools comes out and takes a look at the pool systems, things like that. While the home inspection is the key thing to address during that due diligence period, there are some other things that you want to take a look at as well. Check out the neighborhood and the surrounding area. Maybe even visit the home or the area during different times of day to see what things are like around the neighborhood, depending on if it's a weekend or a weekday, etc. Verify the school district if that's important to you. Most counties have a website that you can log on to, put in an address, and verify what schools for elementary, middle school, and high school. Check commute times to and from work, whether you do it through Google Maps and just put in a different time of day, or actually drive the route yourself. Keep in mind that once we get a little further along with the COVID thing, traffic patterns may get a little thicker, especially around the Atlanta area. Check out the HOA rules and regulations. Are there certain things that are important to you? Do you need to be able to park a boat? Are you planning on putting up a fence? Do you plan to rent the house out after you've lived in it for a few years? There may be some regulations and restrictions in that particular neighborhood, and you want to know about that before you make the decision and move in. Contact information for the HOA should be included in the community association disclosure. Be sure to call for a homeowner's insurance quote. I have a lot of great people on my website that can help you with that as well. I mentioned earlier that there's another video that I did about the importance of the due diligence period. I really encourage you to go take a look at that. But there is one thing that I didn't mention in that video that's important to mention here. Because we are in such a crazy market, there are far more people wanting to buy houses than there are available houses to buy. Things are a little crazy, and there are actually people that are asking for 0 days of due diligence. Now, for some people, that may make sense. Maybe they know the neighborhood super well. They don't have any concerns about the commute. they're willing to have those 0 days of due diligence. There's still a way to address any concerns that are found from the home inspection, but talk to your real estate agent about that directly. But I thought it was important for you to know that in this market, there are people that are actually asking for 0 days of due diligence. So keep that in mind in making your decision. Not everyone is going to be able to do 0 days of due diligence, but just wanted to give you a heads up that that is something that is going on right now. I hope you found this information helpful in making your move easier.